Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here, and it is day 4 of the 12 days of autumn scrap lifts, and this is the original by Kirei Baldwin, and it's absolutely gorgeous. She's got a panel of paper layers and a couple of photos kind of offset, and some clusters around the photos and on top of the panel, and she's got some little areas where her white background is torn and there's some pattern papers underneath. I'm going to do it the other way. I've torn the little bits of pattern paper and I'm going to put them on and curl them up so you can't tell the difference. And I've got kind of my title is my accommodation to the load prompt. It's based on Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul, and so we're kind of supposed to scrap about something we are or want to be or used to be or feel like being queen of. So I'm going to use, I'm going to kind of twist the words a bit of a Jimmy Buffett song. He has a song called King of Somewhere Hot, and he notoriously dislikes cold weather. And you can kind of tell that from his songs, but I'm with him 1,000%. As we are entering fall/autumn and summer is ending and it's heading towards getting cold, even though I live in the south of the US and it doesn't get nearly as cold as it does in other areas, I hate how cold it gets. I mean, I hate it. I despise it. I really dislike it. And I like, there's another Jimmy Buffett song where he says, I gotta go where it's warm. Well, for me, it needs to be hot. Warm is not warm enough. I like hot, hot, hot weather. So I found a photo of myself in Fiji at the Garden of the Sleeping Giants, which is an amazing place that was set up by the actor Raymond Burr, where he collected and raised orchids, and he set up a foundation to take care of it after his passing. So he didn't set it up after his passing, but he set it up so it would be taken care of after his passing. I've got a few paper layers here, all papers, and a lot of the embellishments are from my September Mind the Scrap kit, which the Vintage Artistry Sunburst line has a lot of stuff that makes me happy. So it kind of speaks to me of heat and sun and all of that good stuff. And another photo I took when we were in Fiji is of the money, and their currency is really colorful. So I took this photo, and I somehow, being queen, you have to have your own currency. And one day maybe my photo would be on the currency. So who knows? Let's just have fun with it. And I'm going to have some little gold glitter crowns kind of sprinkled into the clusters I build. So I'm going to have fun with this one. I have no idea where it'll end up, but it's gonna be based on this wonderful design by Kirei. So I'm going to put this aside. In fact, I may put it further aside so that I have room on the table to spread things out. I'm going to take, my main background is going to be this wood grain. And so I'm going to kind of do that with it. And then I've got this piece, which will go there. And then I've kind of got this piece because this is the reverse of the tropical leaf print that I'm going to have in my little, let's do those. I'm going to go ahead and get those down. Let's get that, and I want to get it, line it up with where the photos are going to be. I think that's what Kirei did in hers. It seems like a good design principle. So there, and then I'm going to use my tweezers, which I have misplaced, I have covered up. Okay, and then this is going to do the same thing, except up top. And let me get it lined up. It's a different size, but I want the pointy ends to kind of be pointing the same way, pointing at each other. Okay, so putting that there, I'm not quite sure where this is going to go. I may put it smack dab in the middle there, but I'm going to put a little foam behind it to stand it up a bit. And then I'm going to put the chipboard film strip, which is from Vintage Artistry Everywhere, also in the September Mind the Scrap kit. Let me go this way. And that's kind of going to be where my photos are. So that works. Let me go ahead and put the photos here, and then I'll figure out where everything else goes. This I wanted to do wonky angle, but have the stripes all show. So that kind of works, except it's kind of there. That might work better. And I'm going to just press it down because, oops, I haven't removed the backing on all of it. I removed some, and then I've been messing with it. I want to be sure that this part shows because it's very pretty. There. So it's at a slight angle, and that's my base. I'm going to now tropicalize it a lot. I'm going to put that there. I want the palms, the palm fronds kind of overlaying the photo. Is that how I want it? Is that, it doesn't completely, wonder if I could move this over. Okay, now let's see if that works. That's much better. So I like that. I'm going to leave it there and let it be that that fluffy. And I will tell you that this is a queen palm. So it goes along with the LOAD theme. And I wanted to add this right over in here, but I want a little bit of foam behind it. And these fussy cuts are from a previous Mind the Scrap kit from a Where To Next 6x8 pad. And I've got some of those. Now I'm going to come down with my tropical goodies. Again, the idea is kind of surrounding the photo there. And this is going to have to be on a really thick piece of foam. I may need two really thick pieces down here. And it's all about the kind of in the midst of tropical, sultry tropical gorgeousness, I guess. And I was going to use this when I kind of first was setting everything up. This kind of fit, and now it's not, but that's not gonna deter me. I'm gonna find a way to get it in there because I love those colors and I want them all in there. I'm just gonna put some glue on it and kind of stick it back in there, and wherever it looks nice, then I'll push down. Not a scientific process by any stretch of the imagination. I want to get these yellow leaves kind of in the frame. Okay, that looks like how it's gonna settle in. And I want, and in Kirei's original, she had a circular embellishment with a sentiment on it. I'm just gonna put these white flowers, and for a punch of that the color that I'm kind of repeating over here, the pinkish red or reddish pink, I'm going to add this one plumeria. And I've got the, this is where I got those plumerias. And so I've got it standing by in case I want to punch out some more as we go along. I've also got this washi tape that has some of the stickers. So I'm going to put this on some foam. I should have a little piece of foam right here. And I think I'll slide it in right there. Okay, now I have some tropical leaves from Bramble Fox, and I've got that kind of teal color in there, so I sort of like that. I have a seagull. I was thinking my seagull could maybe go right there. Okay, so it's on the paper and not on the background. I want something else right here. Not quite sure what I want that to be. Maybe a small piece of tropical foliage, or a small I could go with a, how about this? Well, I've got one right here. This guy can go right in there, glued. Onto the matting, and then maybe a piece of tropical foliage. Here, I'm going to pull this one out. These are laser cut elements that are connected, and they seem fragile, so you're always afraid to just pull, but they're really not as fragile as you think. So here, I'm trying to lift this up and get this down under it, and I'm not doing a very good job of it. I kind of like that contrast to the, how about if I did it this way, where it's under there. Okay, I like that better. It's a nice contrast to the teal foliage there. Okay, there. And I'm going to see, I want to put, there are 3 main clusters, and I want these leaves kind of distributed among them. Not quite sure where. This one, I think, would be great right there. And I'm tending to want to do the teal one maybe right there. So the lime green, by default, I want to put it someplace that it shows. So how about right there? Okay, it's decided. Thank you for your help. And I love that. I can't even tell you how much the idea of a teal tropical leaf. And that kind of pushes up the this background piece, which is exactly what I want. Okay, and then I have the 3. Let's get that back up there. Okay. Now, I need to, before I do a lot of the detail stuff, where did my other crown go? I've lost a crown. Nope, it's there. Okay, I've got this that says dreaming of sunny days, and I like the contrast But what I want almost is for it to cross that line. So I'm going to put a little foam on this side of it. And kind of just a little glue on this side, and I'll see how that works. Okay, and maybe something else pretty there, like a tiny little pink plumeria. How about that right there? And I'm hoping you can see that. And maybe I'll do this geotag. Maybe I'll do the geotag someplace else. There. The right side of it wasn't whatever collection that came from, and it was a very old one. Let's see, I need a little piece of foam. I miscalculated on this one. It wasn't it was a chipboard, and it was, how do I say this? It was cut so that some of the white frame showed on this one side, but I love the other side. So I just kind of hid it. I needed to put it on something where I could hide it, put it someplace where I could hide it. So I'm going to add a crown to each of those clusters. I think I'll do this one first because I can see where it wants to go. Kind of right there. Behind there. I'm going to put this one actually down here. And so that means this one has to go here. I'm making a triangle. Instead of doing the 3 clusters, I'm doing 3 points of a triangle. Okay, I think that's gonna stay glued down. I'll check it at some point. I've got this little thing that says Long Hot Summer, and I might just kind of stick it right there. I picked yellow word strips, and these word strips are all from Bramble Fox paper snips. Okay, so that has gone in there. Now I want to see if there's anything out of this that I want to use. I'm going to try something by taking one of these plumeria and just kind of putting it right there. That just kind of adds a nice note of color. Here's a really tiny one, and I'm going to add a note of color to that top area. I'm probably unwinding more of this than I need to, but let's see. I'm going to do it so it kind of goes off the edge, and I'll fold it back around. That'll work. And I have, oh, here's something else, another word strip. I picked a hot pink word strip, and so I'm going to actually put it right there. And I think I may be done with everything except the title and the sequins and the splatters. And I have some ideas. Let me put that up. I've got 2 alphas. So let's do, I'm just gonna these are some older foam alphas that aren't peeling off too great. So I'm gonna put the word queen here. Actually, let me tell you, it's going to say queen, and then in these smaller letters of somewhere, and then I'm going to use these letters again to say hot. So it'll be queen, and then hot will be what you mainly see. And if there's enough room under here, I'd like some splatters here and some splatters here. But I don't know that that's going to actually happen. I may use sequins instead. And this set of sequins has the pinks and the golds and the teals in it. It's a summer I'm sorry, every time I pronounce it wrong in a video, I go look it up and then I forget it. So that's the joy of being old. So I'm going to just go ahead and do this off camera, but this, I think, satisfies my Scraplift as well as my load prompt, and it expresses how I feel about wanting to go someplace hot. Thank you very much. Bye.